Hey love bugs, welcome back to my channel. So today's video is a story time video. First, let me say excuse me if I look like complete crap. It is literally 9 o'clock at night. I was gonna film earlier today, but I couldn't because we have Noah with us and we were spending time with him, but now he's finally going to sleep, so I was like, it's now or never, I gotta film. So today's storytime video is, I mean, if you can tell by the title, it's gonna be a crazy one. So I'm just gonna start from the beginning. When I was in high school, me and my brother basically lived by ourselves. My mom lived in the town over with my stepdad, and then me and my brother lived in it so that we could attend high school and we wouldn't have to like change schools and move to a new house and all that stuff and get away from our friends. That's definitely something that we did not want to do. So, I mean, me and my brother, we were about 16, 17 at the time, so we were just staying together in that house. You know, we were already older, so we pretty much took care of ourselves. My mom would come, you know, probably like 3-4 days out of the week, you know, like make sure that we had groceries, stuff like that. But other than that, she definitely lived more in Waxahachie because it was closer to her job. So of course, having the house to myself, being a teenager, I would always have my friends over, or my boyfriend at the time, I would always have him over, just stuff like that. And we would just hang out after school or before school or over the weekends, whatever, typical teenage shiz. So basically me and two of my best friends, or was it three? I think it was two of my best friends at the time, and my boyfriend at the time as well, were all hanging out at my house. And it was like super late on a school night. It was probably like 9 or 10, I think. No, maybe like 8 or 9. It wasn't that late, but it was kind of late. So we were just hanging out, and one of my best friend's boyfriend at the time wanted to fight some guy, and I knew the guy, like my brother knew the guy. It was actually one of my brother's friends. My brother wasn't at home though at the time, but it was actually one of my brother's friends, and they had been talking about like fighting each other for like a long time over, I don't even remember what, just some like stupid high school stuff, of course. But that's how we were. Like everybody in my town just always wanted to fight somebody, and we were always like super childish and just ridiculous. So they had been wanting to fight each other, and we were all hanging out at my house, and I think her boyfriend was about to come over, but something happened between those two, like my brother's friend and her boyfriend. Like I said, they had been wanting to fight each other, but I forgot what made them want to fight each other that night. Something like pushed him over the edge, and he was like, this is it, I'm fighting this guy tonight, it's gonna happen. So of course me, I was like, let me get my bag, let's go. So we all get into my boyfriend at the time's truck, and we like call him up. Well, we don't call him up, he calls him up, and he's like, hey, like I'm trying to fight you, where you at, da 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 da. They're just like talking shit back and forth, and the guy's like, okay, well if you want to fight me, come to my house. One, that's very stupid. Don't ever go to somebody's house to fight them. You will end up in jail and probably have a bunch of charges against you, and somebody can shoot you and get away with it. Like, this is Texas, don't do it. That's like rule number 1. So my boyfriend at the time's like, shit, I'll take you there. You know, we're all in the car driving to his house. They're still talking shit on the phone, I think. And we finally got to the guy's house. And I knew the guy, I knew the guy's family. You know, like I said, he was one of my brother's friends. And it wasn't like that I wanted to see him get beat up, or I wanted to see my best friend's boyfriend get beat up. It was kind of just like, I just want to see a fight. Like, I'm not trying to get involved. I just want to be like an audience around it. You know what I mean? And typically I don't really like to see guys fight. I like to see girls fight, actually, because I just feel like it's more entertaining. Like, girls get like insane, but I was like, screw it, I'll take what I can get. Like, seriously, me and my boyfriend like will spend hours on the phone, just like on World Star, just watching like crazy fights and like just all this insane stuff. So anyways, back to the point. So we get to the house, and we're kind of waiting outside, just waiting to see what happens, whatever. And then my mom texts me, and she basically, every single night, me and my mom text each other. Even now, we text each other like, hey, I love you, I'm going to sleep, good night. But this night, she actually texted me, and she was like, hey, like, I love you, I'm going to sleep, I'll be there to pick you up in the morning for school. Normally, she never took me to school. It was always my boyfriend at the time that would take me to school, since she did live in another town. But I remember she had to pick up clothes from where me and my brother were staying that morning, so she was like, well, I have to go pick up clothes anyways, I'll just take you. So she was like, make sure you go to sleep early, of course, because I was like 16 or 17 at the time, and it was a school night. So she was like, make sure you go to sleep early, I'm going to sleep, I love you, good night, all that stuff. And so I texted her back, I was like, yeah, I'm already heading to bed, like, I love you too, see you in the morning, good night. So I texted her that while I'm at the guy's house waiting outside to watch him fight. So we're waiting in the car, but the whole time the guy was already outside, and not only was the guy outside, but his mom was outside. I guess he had told his mom like, hey, I'm about to fight somebody, they're coming here, like I'm just letting you know. And I guess she was like, well, I'm gonna watch the fight, make sure nothing bad happens, make sure nobody gets too crazy. Again, like I said, never go to somebody's house, that's just insane. But I kind of understood, because I feel like that would be my mom. Like my mom would definitely be like on the sidelines watching me fight, like cheering me on or something like that. So we get out of the car because the mom was sitting on the lawn the whole time in like one of those like lawn chairs. So they get in the yard, and as my best friend's boyfriend starts walking to the yard, the mom looks at him, and I guess because it was nighttime, like she couldn't really see a lot of us, she like looks at my best friend's boyfriend and she's like, wait, is this? And then she like said his name. Of course I'm not gonna say anybody's name, but she said his name, and she was like, y'all aren't fighting each other, because the two guys had actually been best friends for a long time. And I guess his mom had knew my best friend's boyfriend as well, and she was just like, she lost it. She was like, you are not about to fight him, like whatever y'all are arguing about can be squashed right now, like y'all don't need to be arguing over this, da 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 da. She just like started cussing everybody out. She's like, y'all all need to fucking leave. She was like super angry once she realized who it was. And I'm just sitting by the car like watching everything happen, like I'm not involved, I'm just, you know, watching the showdown, whatever, minding my business. So, well, not really minding my business because I was like in it, but I wasn't like involving myself, like I wasn't talking. So then I guess she had assumed that the fight was over my best friend. So she starts calling my best friend like all types of names. And of course we were only like 16. We didn't want to disrespect her, and I definitely didn't want to get involved because, like I said, this was one of my brother's friends. Like I knew his mom, I knew him, like his mom knew my mom, like all this stuff. So I definitely didn't want to like disrespect her. So I was just like standing on the road next to the car, just like watching it all play out. So she's like screaming and cussing, and then she's like, no, I want y'all to shake hands, like this is so stupid, da 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 da. So then the boys just like look at each other, and there's like, oh, okay. So they just like, I don't know, I guess they just like blew it off. And so we get back in the car, and I was like, that is legit the craziest shit. Like, that is so crazy. So we're getting in the car, like literally like 2 minutes later, my mom starts blowing up my phone, and I'm like, okay, don't freak out. Like, obviously, she just texted you a couple minutes ago. Like, she's probably just calling me to say goodnight. You know, she loves me, whatever, or something important that she needs to tell me. So I'm like, okay, I'm gonna call her back once I get to my house. So we're driving. She's blowing up my phone, calling me. She's texting me, you need to call me right now. You need to fucking call me right now. So I'm like, okay, like, something's up. She knows something. Like, how did I get myself in trouble? So I finally get to the house with all my friends, and I run inside because I thought maybe like she was at the house. I thought maybe she had decided to like come to the house and spend the night instead of waking up early or something like that. So I'm like rushing to the house, freaking out. And so I get in the house and I call her back, and I'm like, hello? Like trying to act all fucking sleepy, like I had just woken up, like she had interrupted my sleep or something. And she's like, Brittany, where the fuck are you at? She's screaming at me through the phone, and I'm just like, I'm at the house in bed. What are you talking about? Like, really trying to like lie my way through this. And she's like, then why did so-and-so's mom just call me and say that you were at her house trying to fight people? And I was like, what? I wasn't trying to fight nobody. Like, I was completely innocent this time, okay? Completely innocent. I was just trying to watch a fight. I wasn't trying to fight nobody. And I was like, what are you talking about? Like, I'm in bed asleep. She's like, Brittany, quit fucking playing with me. His mom just called me and said, why is your daughter at my house trying to stir things up? I wanted to tell her, like, I legit didn't say one word the whole time I was there. Like, this bitch is lying to you, mom. But then it would have gave me up, and then she would have known that I was there, and then I would have just got myself in trouble. So I was like, I don't have any idea what you're talking about, mom. Like, you are literally losing your mind. And she's like, you just weren't with so-and-so and so-and-so. She started naming out all my friends that I was with, and I was just like, no, nobody's here. Like, what are you talking about? Like, I can send you pictures, I can send you a video, literally nobody's here. And then my friends are in the fucking kitchen making so much noise, making themselves something to eat. So she's like screaming at me. She's like, I know you were there. She just called me. Like, do you know how embarrassing that is to have a phone call from somebody else's mom? Da 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 da. And she's like, I didn't even know you were out. You said you were at home. All this stuff. She's just like going in on me. And I'm just keeping my guard up. I'm like, Mom, I don't have any idea what you're talking about. I wasn't there. And then I started snitching on my friends. I was like, maybe
so-and-so were there, you know, like maybe they saw my best friends there and they assumed I was there.
Meanwhile, my best friends are in the kitchen the whole time and their parents know that they're staying with me. So even if my mom had called their parents and been like, hey, do you know that your daughter was here, I still would have got linked with them and then got in trouble. So I don't even know why I said that. I thought it would like get me out of it, but either way, my mom definitely caught me. She was going crazy on me, like, and that wasn't the end of it. No, like, I finally got off the phone with her and I was like, I'm off the hook. And then I wake up in the morning to her yelling at me, questioning me again. And then the whole school was talking about it. Like, the whole school was talking about how we had showed up to his house, how his mom got involved. Like, everybody was talking about it. And I was just like, guys, y'all need to shut your mouth. Because my mom knows your mom. And if you keep talking about it, you're gonna get my ass in trouble. But that is the end of this story time, love bugs. I hope you enjoyed it, guys. I will have a bunch more coming soon for you. I got some real juicy ones, so make sure you hit that subscribe button and the notification bell so that you get updated every time I upload a video, which will be like once a month. But yeah, give this video a thumbs up if you enjoyed watching. Also comment and let me know if you ever got caught sneaking out, or if you ever got caught fighting, or if you ever got caught doing any of the crazy shit that I do. But as always, thank you so much for the support, love bugs, and I will see you in my next video. Bye.